Yo, 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 yo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Back again, another great episode of Official Ignorance. How y'all motherfuckers doing in this motherfucking bitch? I'm doing great, you know what I'm saying? I ain't mean to curse. I ain't mean to curse like that. I'm a Christian, man. I just, I had to ask, what up? You mind if I wild out for a minute? Anyway, another great episode of Official Ignorance. I did the same thing. I appreciate everybody that showed love on the last show I did with make sure you go check that out, Junior Wars 3 with Kendra and Flashy Words on Twitter. It was really interesting. It was really funny. People really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm doing my thing out here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I go check that out. I'm gonna try to do. I promised y'all 2 podcasts this week. I'm gonna put this out Saturday, so I don't want to hear no shit about, oh yeah, you ain't do what you're supposed to do. I'm doing my job. I said I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna be a little late, but it's whatever. And as always, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Eddie Facts. That's, you know the name. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on and Snapchat too, because I do be on Snapchat. My life is boring, but I'm gonna show y'all my boring ass life. You know, Eddie Kane Jr. I'm not spawning no more. I've been spawning on every fucking episode. I'm tired of it. But I got a complaint about my intros being long from some people. I ain't gonna say no names, but you know what? I'ma do it because this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let nobody control what the fuck I do. Anyway, I got 2 guests with me today. I got the fat hippie with me, aka trash hippie, with me today. How you doing?
You so fake. I'm good though.
Okay. What's we going on with you? What's going? How's the novel Fucking Like a Fat Girl? How's that going?
It's going. It's coming along. I've gotten to page 1, so that's good.
Okay. What's that? The title?
No, I'm trying to change the title because you was like, oh, I don't need to have that my title, but I'll figure it out once I finish the book.
I mean, it's Zane Styles. I mean, if you want to go, you gotta go for 100. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
because I want to have my family know that I wrote a book and not be like, oh, she wrote a book called Fucking Like a Fat Girl. That's not classy at all.
Yeah, it's not classy because you not classy. You eat chitlin loaf.
You eat chitlin loaf.
Yeah, you put cheese on honey buns,
It's
and
good. Try it.
it's not good.
It is
I wish.
so good.
No, it's not good.
It
People
has to
don't.
be American cheese though, not like any other
Oh,
type of cheese.
stop.
It's
Okay.
super good.
Also have another great guest with me. I have Simone. How you doing, Simone?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Simone is yeah. So you're a rapper, right? I just what I heard.
No.
I heard you got the bars on deck.
No. Not at all.
So anyway, reason why I wanted to do this show, I want to talk about a couple. People always tell me like, "Oh yeah, I'm going more conscious with my show and all that." Like, I just want to speak on a couple more topics. From the last episode, you know, the last episode I did with Samar and Janae, we talked about white supremacy and different issue of racism with the cops, police brutality, and all those things. And I really want to touch on a part in that episode where we talked about things that's going on in the black community, what we need to do more and better of, and speak on our issues. I want to take this time to really zero in on that and really touch on a lot of things. And I think I got the 2 perfect people for the job for this episode. So we're gonna get right into it. The first thing I want to talk about is black businesses. And why I want to talk about that is because we're hearing more nowadays. I think more people are putting emphasis on why black businesses is so important. Why it's so important to, the idea of ownership, the idea of actually, actually owning something, ownership. Nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I want to shoot it to Janisha first. Why, in your own words, why do you think supporting black business is so important?
I think it's important because like that's our community. Why would you not want to support your community and the people in your community? I mean, it's pretty simple.
Okay.
It sounded like I was gonna continue, but no.
No, no, you're fine. Because I ask people that because people, I don't think people, a lot of people out there really don't understand the importance of it. Why is it so important? Why is it so?
Well, it's
You
important for us to have our money and put our money into our community. I think that we put a lot of money into other people's communities, and when it comes to putting it into something that is very close to us, we're like skeptical about it. We want to ask questions,
Mhm.
but we don't ask questions when it comes to, oh, I'm going to go to the Nike store or whatever. You don't ask them questions. You don't go up there and ask them for a discount. But like when it comes to our community and people who are trying to do things, especially small businesses, because most of the black businesses that I know are small. So it's like super important that we get our money and put it into our community.
okay, Simone, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think it's important because owning something gives you the power to say what goes. It gives you the power to say that just to have directive and wanna you get the right to change things. So when you constantly put money in other people's communities, they don't have any incentive to
Mm,
change your situation in context to police brutality. Like they just they don't have any reason to. But if you make them feel like your money is a privilege or they don't have a right to your your money, then they are more likely to change their ways. Like the system, for example.
mm, mm. I think it's in. I agree with both of you guys on everything you said. One thing that I get confused about, like, is going back to what G said, like, people are more skeptical with, with supporting black businesses. Like, um, it was it was random. I saw on Twitter. It was a joke. Like, I was furious when I saw it, but it was a joke. This girl had said, oh, y'all really want to put y'all money in a black bank and try to make a joke out of it. And I'm just like, what's the problem with putting money in a black bank? Like, what's the issue where we don't trust our people? What's the issue when we have a problem with going to a black owned bank or going to a black owned store or going to a black owned whatever, it's why is it, why do you not trust them? Like, and some people have their own reasons. Some people say, oh, well, I wouldn't go to a black owned business because their customer service is terrible. Because, hey, their customer service is terrible. They don't care about their customers, or they're high priced, or they're too. And I understand, like, critiques. If you go into a store and you're not really feeling the vibe, or you're not really feeling the prices or whatever, or you get bad customer service. Like, I don't understand, like, why is it you go into a black owned store, like one black owned store, and then, or a couple, and then you just come with the idea that, hey, all black owned businesses are like that. Like, no, like, hey, if you don't like that store, like, there's no need to go on, tell other people, like, don't go to this store, this is whack, or this idea, and let's go across the street to whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that.
It's pretty much just people basically internalizing what they've been told about
Mhm.
black people and you know just putting that back out into the universe. Like, they tell us that we're never on time. We never do this right. You know, we have terrible customer service. And people really like buy into that and believe it, even though it's just a big scam. Like that's what it is. It's just not the truth, but people have said it so much that they think it's the truth.
Mhm.
And I totally forgot where I was going with that, but that's one part of what I wanted to say.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. It's just like when you hear it so much, you hear that everything black people do, you need to be skeptical of, or it's illegitimate, or you just start to believe it. Like you just internalize it. It's like subconscious to just be wary of it. It's something that we need to change. It's something that we need to reflect on, but it's like a reaction.
Mm. And also, people talk about the idea of like, self-hate also
Right.
because they think that like if I have a grocery store, like if if I have my own grocery store, it's called Eddie Ed store, whatever, and I got the same shit Whole Foods got. They don't go to Whole Foods before they come to me. And I got the same shit Whole Foods got. And my prices could be goddamn better. And that ain't hard because Whole Foods be taxing like a motherfucker.
It's about the brand, though. That's another thing, though. That's like American culture in general. Like, we love brands. Like, we love, like, stuff that's not, like, off brand, we don't fuck with that. If it's like, Tommy, if it's Gucci, if it's Nike, if it's Apple, if it's a brand and it's something that everybody or seemingly everybody has, that's what we want to get. That's why we want to shop at Whole Foods. That's why we don't want to go to that's why we want to go to Trader Joe's, because like it's just the idea of it. It's not necessarily, oh, they have better food. I mean, they might have better food, but overall people
Whole
choose to
Foods
go
a
there
ripoff.
because of the idea.
I'm sorry. I just want to say Whole Foods a ripoff because they just be taxed like a motherfucker. I just want to say this one time. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but I just want to tell you this one time. I went to their like little buffet, little hot stand, right? You know how like the grocery stores be having little hot ready food. So I was going to a job interview, so I was hungry. I literally put 2 chicken wings and not even a scoop, a smidge of macaroni and cheese.
You
A smidge
lying.
of macaroni and cheese in a box. They weighed it. It was like 0.20, and it was like $7. I walked out that bitch for a smidge.
That's what they be
Fuck you, Whole
doing.
Foods. Unless y'all want to sponsor me, but until y'all sponsor me, fuck y'all. I just want to say
You're terrible.
that. But yeah, excuse me. Like yeah, but like some people like I think Jay-Z got into it a little bit when he went on stage and at one of his concerts. I don't know. This is probably a long time ago. He
Oh
kind
yeah.
of like did like a freestyle about how like
Mhm.
you will support like Apple Music that's run by a white man. You won't support Tidal that's ran by a black man. Even though I
He
kind of
is
feel like with
so full
Tidal,
of it.
Yeah.
like even though with Tidal, like I want to do research. Like, is Tidal really hiring black people? If there are black people in positions of power over at Tidal besides Jay-Z, because I need to do that. I need to know that.
No,
No.
I heard that there was like white people because of when he took over the company or whatever. I guess they were already there, something like that. That I read, like
Yeah.
maybe a couple months after they were like launched or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, I heard that too. Like, majority of the staff is white. He might be like the CEO or the founder, but the people doing the stuff behind the scenes are like almost all white.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't understand that. So but I mean, it's Jay-Z, so
I mean, I guess he's gonna try to change it like over the years. He probably will like try to get some more color up in there, but
Mm.
uh,
right
I
now,
we'll
remember
see.
I remember when he first did that rap. Like I just felt it was so ingenuine because he only cared because it was about title, like or title. Like black people have been consuming. I think he talked about Nike too. Like we have been doing that for forever, but now since he has his company, it's a problem. I just felt it was like a scheme, like it was some, I don't know.
That's all it was. Like it wasn't like you wasn't talking about this before. Now you
Yeah,
worried
like
because it's impacting you and your
mhm,
pockets. You want people to support you and your whatever you're doing.
right.
Mm, word. Uh, but I'm okay. I respect now because I think like more people more like because I respect Nas. Okay, I'm not even though I'm a Nas fanatic. The verse he did on DJ Khaled's album when he's basically talking about that like touched me because this is like he literally explained it in a perfect way. Like basically like we need to support. People with money need to support black-owned grocery stores because we'll we basically don't own anything. We don't own no industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically what we're saying right now. Like, everything he said in that verse. And it was perfect. So, that's why Nas is better than Jay-Z, people. So, go ahead, run with that. Go ahead, take that. Go ahead and blow up. So, I just want to put that out there. But, yeah, back to what I was saying. I think that, the, I, going back to like the self hatred thing, I just think that it's a thing where it's like we don't really want to go to a black store, or it's we need. I feel like in a way like we need somebody to think it's okay to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like the follow the leader thing. Like if someone says, "Oh, you can," someone that we respect says, "Go to this store," then we'll go to it. You know what I'm saying? Or we'll support this, then we'll go support this. I think is that in a way a little bit too. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think it has to come to that, like the follow the leader type of thing. I think if it was explained well enough why it was important, a good amount of people would be like, okay, yeah, I see, I understand why. And it would just be that motivation to do it. You know? I
Mm.
don't think it probably would work if Beyonce was like, let's buy black owned stuff. Everybody would say it's okay, but it doesn't have to be that.
Yeah, yeah, and and it's like it's weird. Like one thing I noticed, like like some people, even though like Walmart, like even though Walmart's not like a black-owned business, you ever notice like some people will say, "Oh, which Walmart you about to go to? Oh, I'm about to go to the white Walmart. I ain't about to go to the black Walmart."
Oh
You ever heard
my
people say that?
God, we do that.
You literally
My
ever heard
gra-
people say
no,
that?
no, my
Mm.
grandma does that. Like, and we do that with McDonald's too because we got one on on the east side and we call it Black Donald's. And the rest of them are McDonald's. And then Black Donald's have all black people working there, and they're so slow. Every time you go there, your order is always wrong, and it's just awful. I'm like, I feel bad that we got the nickname for it like that. And then like the Black Walmart is on the east side too, and Walmart is just like it's just where the black people go. It's not nothing negative associated with the Walmart. It's just that's the Black Walmart. It's
Yeah.
on the west side. The west side is where all the white people live.
Mm. Even yeah. So like, the one time I call myself, I'm just like. Oh, like I gotta stop saying like, oh, I'm not fucking with the black Walmart. Like, nah, I had to teach myself to stop saying that. I'm just like, I don't go to Walmart because it sucks. That's it. Like, let's just say that. I don't want to get the in your head that like,
Yeah,
oh, the white store is better, or this is better, or that is better. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. I had to stop that.
that's good. I'm
You know
still
what
not
I'm
going to Black Donald's, so
saying?
God bless.
And I think you know, I think also so I always make it like with what I'm doing now on my show. Like I always shout out like a black owned business. Like on my last episode, I shout out the Baby Elephant. Also shout out to them again. It's because they're a black owned clothing line store. Clothing line, and they're based out of the city. Basically, when I kind of like it's kind of like my second home. So I always support them. I always show love to them. So and I know plenty of others. Like if I can support in any way, like it's a dude that I know from I never even met before. You know what I'm saying? He has a clothing line. I really want to support him. You know what I'm saying? I wear his stuff whenever I can, and I'll tell people where to get it from. Like I'll support because I genuinely honestly care. Like these people have not given me a dime. I genuinely honestly care because I want to see more people, more the idea of more ownership. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of the generation before us really didn't push that. Uh, I'm not trying to be like
I
ass or
don't even want to say that. Like, I mean, you could say that, but I wouldn't say that.
no. Why not?
That generations before us didn't like push that because my great granddad, like, he owned three grocery stores. And he was like the first African American man to own like a grocery store in my town, and he had three of them. And like, it was like, from what my grandma tells me, it was like different. I feel like the community aspect of the black community was totally different. Like before desegregation, because we had our own stuff. Like we had black owned businesses everywhere because you had to, because we were like separate from white people. And I feel like after desegregation is when some of these laws came into place that kind of like hurt us more than helped, because we weren't able to, you know, we couldn't rent in a certain place, or we couldn't do certain things the way we used to. And somewhere along the line, like, us supporting each other kind of got lost in that, because it was just really like such a strong bond in the black community before desegregation. Then after that, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was like, people trying to figure out how to work the system while like being like, I don't know, like try to figure out how to be able to work with white people and not just like with black people. I don't know if that like had an effect on it or whatever, but I wouldn't just say like they didn't stress that. Maybe not. Maybe like the generation that was born in maybe like the 70s or the 80s didn't, but I wouldn't say like the 60s or the 50s or before that. Like,
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, speaking from my personal example, like I'm not throwing shots. I want to throw shots at my mom, but my mom really, people like my mom really didn't push the idea of that. Like that wasn't really a thing. It was kind of like, hey, go out here and get a job somewhere, and go out here and get a job somewhere, and just work that job. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta like the job, just get it. You know what I'm saying? What? How do you feel about that, Simone? Do you feel like the later generation pushed that?
I feel like segregation wasn't exactly valued in the respect of black businesses. I think the goal was integration because it goes back to that like conditioned thought that whatever white people had was what we had to aspire to, or was in some way better, or it was something that we needed. So we didn't really value black businesses. We had them because we needed them, but we didn't see the importance in having our own stuff. So once we got integration, it did get lost. Like she said, it got lost in integration because we didn't value it before. We just were striving to be with white people or be on that level, as close to that level as we could be. But yeah.
Yeah. So now also, like, one thing that I want to say is critique. How do y'all feel about like going back to what I was saying earlier, like when people go to like a black-owned business and they critique it and they say, "Oh, this sucks and this is that." Because what do you guys feel about that? Because I personally believe that if you didn't like if you went to a black owned business and you didn't like the service or you didn't like anything about it, I feel like you shouldn't just go and just slander it and tell people not to go to it. Or you should get on like, oh, this place is trash or this is that. Like if you don't like it, just say you don't, they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like don't try to. I feel like that's filling in the stereotype. You know what I mean? The stereotype that that every store is like that. So I
But
feel
I
like
mean, are you done?
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I feel like I don't think that I think if it was bad service, it was bad service. If it's black owned or otherwise. Like I get what you're saying, like we shouldn't say it was bad because they already have that stigma or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if it's bad service, you gotta hold them accountable for them having bad service.
Right.
Like even if it is black owned, like I'm sorry, but your service sucks. I'm not gonna say it sucked because it's black owned. I'm just gonna say it sucked because whatever reason you didn't meet the needs that I wanted you to meet. So it's not good.
Right. I agree. Like, I'm not gonna say that because it's a black-owned business, it's like above critique or it can't be touched or
Nah.
you can't
But
say anything. I'll call the manager real quick. Like, it don't matter if it's black-owned or not. But I think that's like the important part is that we were able to do that. We're able to make it better instead of just saying we're not going to go back. I'm sure the manager would appreciate somebody saying that there's a problem as opposed to going out on the street and slandering the business or never coming back. But
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like that's what I mean. I don't want to like to go out in the street and just tell everybody like hop on Twitter or hop on Facebook. Don't go this motherfucker. They fuck. No, like it's a way of going about it. If you want to critique, then critique. Like what I'm saying, like go to the manager, tell them about it because certain businesses, they're a lot of them, a lot of them are out there trying to get better. I personally think that even with like this is probably terrible, but like you ever been to like a Jamaican restaurant? The more trash the service is, the better the food gonna be.
Oh God.
I'm telling you, and soul food restaurants. Like I went to a soul food
yeah.
restaurant. Oh my God, it was literally the girl was on her phone. On her phone, she wasn't paying attention to nothing I was saying. It was the worst service. I almost walked out that bit. That sweet potato pie, my God, that was doing the best food I ever had. But get y'all shit together. But still, y'all food fire. Shout out to y'all. I forgot your name.
That's so true, though. I
Wow.
don't know why that's so true, but it's like really true. I went to a soul food restaurant, and they had a white girl working the register. It was owned by a black person, but they had a white girl at the register. The customer service was cool. It was good. The food was so bad, but the bad service, the good food, the good service, the bad food. I don't know why. I just realized it just now, but I don't know why it's true.
It was fucked up. I get excited every time the girl at the register be like, "What you want?" Oh my God, that make me.
Wow.
See, you can't even play now. You can't
uh,
even play.
she should know we telling the truth, but she gonna act fake classy.
I'm classy. I don't know about that.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right. Another topic that I want to talk about is financial literacy and why.
Oh wait, could we like go back to the black owned business real quick?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead,
I
go ahead.
was just thinking about something that happened a couple days ago. I don't know if you
Mm,
saw it because I don't know if you in makeup Twitter or whatever. But
makeup Twitter.
this this YouTuber, she basically posted some screenshots of a conversation between her and this makeup company called Julia's Place, and she was apparently well, the screenshot she posted made her look bad and not the company. So then everybody was like, "Oh, you're begging for a free makeup palette or whatever from a black-owned business. If like it's black-owned, you're supposed to like support it. Why don't you just buy it?" And then so she made a video explaining herself, and apparently she was like an ambassador for the company, So they were sending her free stuff uh, anyway, like at first. And then I guess the latest palette that they released, she did not get, and she kept asking them when she would get it, and they were like, "Oh, it's on the way, whatever." And then before that, she got paid like 2 months late for I guess she did like a promo video for them, and they paid her late. So she was like, "Whatever, I got over that. I just wanted to. They have great products, so I still want to like use them or whatever." So
Yeah.
apparently they were just like they got into this big argument. They were like cursing her out, and this place is known for terrible customer service. Like, so many people have said that, the owner is such like a bitch. Like, she responds to customers like they literally like people off the street. Like, people like they not buying her product. And then she said she told the girl like she was the only one like shipping everything, and she was the only one working in her office or whatever. So she's only one person. And the girl was like, she didn't know it was just one person. If she knew that, then she would have been like, okay, well, it's just one person. I can wait. But people were like bashing the girl because they were saying that she was just being greedy. She wanted a free palette. She should have bought it because it's a black-owned business,
Mm,
and all of this. And I'm just like, what? Y'all are crazy. Like, if there's been an agreement and she's an ambassador for the company, why isn't she getting her stuff when everybody else is getting it? Even if it's just one person, how did everybody else get theirs, but she didn't get hers? And then like you're paying people like 2 months later, like that's just no. Like, even if your products are good, you can't like just be a bitch to your customers, because somebody like you gonna lose fans. Like, people not gonna want to buy your shit if you just like saying, "Oh, don't worry about it. It'll come when it comes." Like, I saw something like that she had replied to somebody on Instagram who asked where their package was or something. She was just really, really rude.
mm,
And I was just like, this is this is so crazy because I don't know, it was just super crazy for me that she was such a bitch. And she's like that's not professional at all. But I feel like the girl shouldn't have posted screenshots because she still got people were like tearing her up on Twitter. Like, no
I
remorse.
seen like a little bit of that. Like, I don't know nothing about makeup. I just found out what edges was a couple months ago. So I ain't. I didn't like. I heard a little bit. Like, I saw like a little bit of that. Like, I didn't know what was going on. Like, I seen you going in, but I ain't really. I didn't
Yeah,
really.
because I watch the girl on YouTube all the time. Like, she's one of my favorite YouTubers, and she's really nice, and she's boring like me. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna like watch her or whatever. Even though
Mm,
like she's one of the few light skinned YouTubers that I watch, because I tried not to watch them because I feel like I need to see how it's gonna look on me or whatever. So
yeah.
yeah, I felt bad for her, and then like when she made the video explaining herself, people were like, "Oh, well, you were still wrong because you shouldn't have put the text messages out because you should have been a bigger person." But it's like, fuck that. People are already complaining about that company's customer service anyways. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's all I wanted to say.
That's a crazy story. Yeah,
Is-
I know nothing about that stuff, but that shit's pretty wild. So the next topic that I want to talk about was financial literacy within the black community. Um, I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't think that a lot of our people really understand finance, really understand money, really understand, um, basically how to start up a savings, how to buy a house, and how to things like that. This is stuff that we're supposed to be taught in school, and somehow we're not taught in school. That's another story, another day. Anyway, I just think that a lot of us really don't know how to handle finances. We know how to handle a lot of things. That's why a lot of us go out and make a lot of mistakes, and we end up paying in the long run for it. Like, we know we heard the joke about like you got when you was 5 years old, your mother put cable in your name, and all of a sudden you grow up and now your credit score like 400. You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably like I thank God that
But
didn't happen.
I feel like that's kind of like I don't think that's a part of black culture though. I think that's a part of hood culture, even though hood
Yeah,
culture
okay,
is
yes,
like a part
okay.
of.
I'm sorry, my bad, my bad, my
Because
bad,
I
my
don't think
bad.
every black person can relate to
No,
that. I can
I
relate
don't
to
think
it though.
I don't think
My
that
mama
even
never did that to me, but I know she did it to my brother.
exactly. So shout out to your brother for hope he get out that hole. But anyway, like yeah, I don't think a lot of us, are financially literate. I don't think a lot of us don't know about, a lot of people don't know about credit scores until they're like 25. Like a lot of us, as young kids, like we get into these credit card things. We will learn about credit cards. We don't know anything about credit cards. Oh shit, free money, swipe, 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 swipe. Oh shit, I gotta pay this bill. Oh, my credit's falling. Oh, I'm making stuff. Oh, I need money. I can go get a payday loan. Oh, a payday loan. They just gonna give me money. Oh, I'll just give it back later. Oh, I'm just gonna do this. Oh, I'm good now. Oh, I don't need this. I don't need that. Like a lot of us make these mistakes, especially young people. So, I think it is important, and I feel like a lot of us don't know. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Let me shoot that to Simone. Simone, let Simone go.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. It's a big problem. I think it's more common in, like I said, like black low income communities more so. But they just don't know. No, it's not taught. It's not something that is like general knowledge. And I think a lot of people suffer really early on. You know, they get a lot of debt, they ruin their credit score, and they don't know about 401ks, or they don't know about insurance plans and how they can invest for their kids and make sure their kids can support themselves when they're gone. It's something that needs to be done on a mass scale, but it's definitely important for them to know. That's just how I feel. Yeah.
Shanisha.
Yeah. I mean, we had a conversation about this, so you already know how I feel about it. Like, I had just learned about the difference between like a unsecured credit card and a secured credit card like maybe a couple months ago, like 3 months ago, and I'm 22. So like I didn't have nobody tell me like, well, I did. Like all my family is like, don't get a credit card, don't get a credit card. But
That's the same
they
thing
don't
my family
say
did.
like you don't need to tell nobody don't get a credit card. Just say don't get a credit card if you aren't going to pay your bills and keep up with it. Like because having a credit card can be really good if you use it correctly. And I think a lot of them maybe had credit cards and they didn't use them right. So now they try and tell everybody else don't get a credit card because you're gonna go in debt because you're gonna like be irresponsible. But that's not the way you should tell um, people about that. Like I didn't even I think I opened a bank account when I was 18, and the only reason I opened a bank account is because I was going to college and I had got some checks for graduation and I didn't have no way to get like my money or whatever. So my grandma was like, okay, you could go and open a bank account. But I didn't know that you needed to keep a certain amount in that bank account or it was going to get closed. So because when I got to school, like we had to go through a different bank, so I had to open another account. So I didn't really use the other one. So I was like, wow, I didn't even know they closed my bank account. Like that can happen. Like I didn't really know. Like it wasn't
Usually,
really
using
explained to
again
me.
5 state deposits.
I just wasn't like using
What
it.
take this nickel and put it in there? How much I got now?
Shut up.
I just want to add something else. I think the financial literacy, it should go beyond just like credit cards. It should go into owning a house or trying to finance a house or a car or just basic ways on how to possess large assets in a good way, or how to fit those things into your budget so that you can get a house that you own and that you can pass on to your kids, and that it's I think we just consume so much all the time. We don't have anything that's worth wealth. We don't own anything that's worth anything. And I think that's the biggest problem, is that we don't have anything to pass on, or we don't have anything that to show for how much we work. And I think it's important to teach people that that's a big key. That's something that is vital.
Yo, I would like to quote one of my favorite comedians, T.K. Kirkland, on what you just said. Um, he said, and it was really messed up, but it made so much sense. He was like, he's talking about life insurance. Like a lot
Mhm.
of people don't really know,
Yeah,
about life insurance and about stuff like that. He was like, every nigga in the hood should have a life insurance policy. Cause like when you really think about it, they're living a dangerous life.
but
So it's like in a way, like you want to leave something, for your kids. You want to leave
but
something for what I'm saying, your girl or whatever. So
but
like that, like it should be. You should leave your kids something. And a lot of us don't know about life insurance policies. Like
mhm.
he said that he was like, when somebody died, yeah, it should be, you should be sad, you mourning, stuff like that. But in a way, like, hey, we blew up. Like, yeah, Uncle George died last week. We blew up. You know what I'm saying? We about to get this. You know what I'm saying? And
That's so true. Yeah.
I'm,
So
I'm
many
sorry.
people, they'll pass away or they'll die, and their families will just be stuck in a hole trying to pay for their death. And I'm like, how is that even possible? They just don't have any life insurance, so they're literally paying for their death instead of getting something back, which is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, like we do, gotta do. Like when I see GoFundMe's for its funerals, like it hurts my
Yeah,
soul.
right.
Yeah. So, Janisha, you want to add something? Or you want to talk?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I hate when you do that. Anyway, um, um, yeah, I feel like a lot, as far as like buying a house, like owning land and
Mhm.
stuff like that, we don't know. We just don't know, and I don't get why. Like, and I feel like some people who do have that knowledge should spread that knowledge more
Yeah.
upon us. Like, if you are, like, if you're in that field and you know about that, like why don't you just spread that upon? I'm gonna get into this later because I really wanted to get into. I'm gonna say that for my next topic. But yeah, the idea of financial literacy, like we don't know, we don't make mistakes, and a lot of us, and to be perfectly honest, a lot of our parents don't.
Right.
I want to judge like everybody else's situation. I don't know if parents do or do not, or ask about how financially set your parents are. I don't want to get into
Mhm.
that, but a lot of us don't. Like a lot of our parents don't, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And that's a good point, because like when you think about how white kids know this stuff or how white people know this stuff, they get it from their parents. It's like almost a culture thing that their parents would know, but in certain communities, some parents don't. Like it's one of those things that's not taught, but it's almost based on class and race that you know or not. It's like it's one of those unspoken things. Like it's just something that you can't explain.
And um, I yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you're saying. I also I think that what's my train of thought? Also, the okay, I'm gonna edit this out, y'all, because I literally lost. I had a great point about it, but give me a minute, give me a second. I'm gonna edit this out. Ah,
Nah.
shit.
Not a fan.
No. We got to edit this out. I fucking fucked up. I literally had a phenomenal point that I wanted to make. Gee, she's not really talking that much. I don't know what's going on with you.
I am. What are you talking about?
I thought you would be talking more. You like to talk a lot.
I did.
I can't move on without. I'm a hate
What
myself.
was it about?
It was about.
Oh,
It was a point that I had that I wanted to bring up.
what did it have to do with? Like, maybe I'll.
That is so vague.
No, it was a point that. Okay. Okay. All right, let's get back in the show mode because I. All right, cool. All right, now, okay, now I know what I'm talking about. It was going back to what you were saying. It was a white guy, like growing up, I really had many white friends, but I had this one white friend. His name was Robert. Robert, he was talking to me, and me and him really don't like. I see man like hit him on Facebook every now and again. Like he would keep up with me and stuff like that. So Robert, he goes to, I think Georgetown in DC.
Oh, okay.
So he was talking about he would always keep up with me like, yo, I'm doing this and doing that now, and like Robert, like he's basically well off. Like he has his own he has like a nice car. He has a open up multiple savings account. He like owns like land in like some city in down south. I forgot the name of it. He owns like he invested a lot of his money in the stock market, and he's my age.
Mhm.
And he has like a trust fund and all this other stuff. And he'll ask me. He'd be like, "Yo, you ain't got none of this stuff? Like, what's going on with you?" And I'm just like, "Nah, I never, no." Like, and I kind of feel like, he's my friend. Like, he doesn't think anything. He's not trying to like be an asshole or nothing. He's just kind of like, I thought everybody had like this. I thought everybody did like this. And he's also Jewish. I don't know if that means anything. But yeah. Yeah, when I talk to him, he's just like, oh, my parents said this of me, my parents said that of me, and
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Yeah.
I don't, we can't blame our parents. Like some people will go off and say, oh, why was y'all fucking up? Why did y'all do this? Why did y'all do that? I feel like people maybe a little bit too hard on their parents at times on it.
Yeah. Like his parents obviously had the means to do that for him. So not everybody's parents are able to open trust funds and help them buy land at 20 years old. Like, it's just unrealistic.
Hmm. Okay, and here's another point I want to bring up. We talk about a lot of like celebrities, and we talk about a lot like people like NBA players, basketball players, football players, all these people that make millions upon millions of dollars, and they're just like you see a lot of stories of them going broke, or you see a lot of stories of them like it basically going back to what we were saying in the last time, like why don't they put money into our community? Why don't they do that? And I learned a lot. Like a lot of them don't know any better either.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like just because you have these millions of dollars, like it's this documentary on 30 for 30 called Broke, and I kind of like it was kind of weird because mostly every athlete that was on there, the majority were black.
Right.
Well, a lot of them are black, and a lot of football players they said, "Oh yeah, I was buying champagne and this like that, and I was doing this and I was doing that. I bought a Lamborghini and all this stuff." And when they end up getting hurt or they didn't play anymore, and when they got in their last year, they tried to make investments when it was too late. They made bad investments and they went broke. So that's
Yeah.
what, and I think that a lot of we harsh on a lot of athletes, but they don't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
As well. They guys in position. You in position. You got like $20 million. Like, why don't you do something for your people or something like that? Like,
I think the idea or the plague in the black community of needing to consume and to have the labels and the material things, it goes all the way up to the top. It goes all the way up to the richest black people. Like at a certain point, you need financial literacy, but NBA players, I feel like they just spend it. Rappers, they just spend. They don't buy stocks. They don't get bonds. They don't build wealth. They don't do anything like that. They just spend their money. Like it's just a culture across the board, a culture to have everything.
Mm. Yeah, it's not really
Mm.
like it's not really a culture to. I mean, it's not really in it to. It's not really sexy to invest your money. It's not sexy, but it's sexy to buy these bottles though. So there's
Right,
money in here though to smack her on the ass with 100,000. That's
right.
sexy. Like I say, I make jokes all the time, and I plan to do it. Like I want to buy a fur coat. I want to buy a red fur coat and with a fur hat and go to my high school reunion and stun on people and just like, you look seasoned, like um, Janisha, you want to add anything?
Nah.
You want to stop doing that? You gonna fucking
I
talk and just.
I agree with everything you guys said. I mean, that's a part of that's a part of rap culture though. Like conspicuous consumption, that's a part of rap culture. Like and it leaks over into black culture because when they see rappers with things, they think, oh, I need to get that. I need to get those Air Force Ones because Nelly had a video with a whole bunch of Air Force Ones. So I need to get that. But you're not gonna see no rapper in a video talking about I'm finna invest some money into this. You know what I mean? Like that's not gonna happen. Maybe if it did, more people would be wanting to invest or whatever. Then you also got to think about, do they really have the resources? So it's like, I don't know. It's crazy.
No, go. You stopped yourself. Go ahead.
No, that's all I have to say. I mean, what is it? It hasn't already been said. Like,
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And but I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not just rap culture. Like people. I don't understand. I really don't get it. Like it's just, it's not like appealing. Like we have the only one, the only culture. Like I don't want to be too critical, but it's just like we're the only cultures that is the idea of just blowing money and being fly is just the thing. You know what I'm saying? And then we got people like Kanye West out here saying that he gonna do that and do this for our people and blah blah blah, but he's selling Yeezys, aka Roshi runs, for out here. Niggas gotta spend 10,000 to get them shits, and you selling homeless ass motherfucking clothes with holes in them and shit like that, and spend that for $3,000, and you think you do something for the community. He said he gonna lower the prices. He still ain't do it yet. I'm still waiting, motherfucker, because I don't like that. Because you talk about going say that the fashion industry did that to you, and we knew slaves to brands and shit like that. You do the same thing the white man doing. Just because you black, don't make it different, and you're not helping. I'm sorry. I just need to get that off my chest.
woo! Aren't you glad?
Yes, I'm glad because Kanye be pissing me off sometimes. I'm sorry.
No, but I agree. I agree.
Hmm.
That's one thing I don't like about Kanye. Like, he used to be such a he at one point he was a big black political figure. Like he was like a rebel a little bit, and then he fell off. Like I don't know what happened.
Yes, he got some Kim K. Poon in his life, and Kim K. Poon,
No.
Uh,
She
he ate some Kim Kardashian soul food, and he's just like, nope.
make the same shit every fucking Sunday. She gets on my nerves. Like, cook something else, bitch. You don't know no black eyed peas. Like, what the fuck?
And I bet the only thing that she know how to cook, she barely good at that.
All she cook is macaroni, yams, the little muffin thingy, the little jiffy box of cornbread. and fried chicken. She makes that same thing every Sunday, and she might throw some green beans in there. She might. And then she had
Okay.
people on her Snapchat like, "Oh, it looked good. It tastes good. It's so good." Terry J was on there, like fucking coon ass. Oh, I'm about to go get another plate. It was real good, Kim. Nah. You fucking liar. Stop lying.
Yeah, Kevin Hart on there. He just was probably trying to promote a movie that he had coming out because he's damn near in everything. But so what do you think are so we talked about some of the problems. What are the solutions that you think we should do? Because I personally think that um, since schools don't teach us this, I think we should start having our own classes to really like have this. And I'm sure there are probably some out there. I think this that we
They
in
have
the
like certain churches, like, cause I know my church, like they have a class on like finances and stuff like that, and I guess other churches probably do that too.
Mhm.
Um, mm, yeah, I think that if the church was more, I don't know,
Go ahead,
less
speak yours.
judgy
Speak yours.
and more willing to focus on the black community, because it could really help the black community. Because how many other places, like so many black people go to at one time during the week, and you could reach them all, like from like young to old, during that amount of time. You know what I mean? Like you could talk
Yeah,
about stuff like mental health and how it's important to get help if you need it. You could do programs for mental health. You could do programs about like you know gun violence in the community. Other things. You could really People could really utilize the church. Like me and my best friend was talking about we gonna make us like a church or whatever. Not make a church, but like we're gonna have a church, and it's gonna be like so different from like the standard Black Baptist church. It's gonna like actually help the community and actually do the missionary part of like the church. You know what I mean? So y'all come out to my mega church in the year 2025, coming soon.
mm. I'm gonna add this out. Like I chuckle because you
Why
said
you
you were
gonna
the
edit it out? I want them to
no
come
no
to
no no
my
no no no.
church.
I'm editing this out. I'm editing this out. I said I chuckle because you said do the missionary and I'm immature as fuck. So
Oh
I'm
wow.
but you're right. I don't understand like that is a great idea. Like, I don't, more the black churches should be more adamant in that because
Yeah,
the black our community respects the church.
right. And it's
And
so if
yeah.
it's pretty much if you give them something, they gonna take it, and they're not gonna take it lightly. They'll take it, and and I know every church is not like mine because I actually enjoy my church back home, and I feel like my pastor really like helped me understand the Bible, because before I didn't really understand the Bible. It's like, okay, these
Mm,
people are doing all these words that I can't really understand, and I don't really know what's going on. But he really like breaks it down, and it's different level, it's different types of like whatever denominations or whatever. But you know, I feel like no, I don't know what I was gonna say, but yeah.
okay. Simone, you want to add anything? What do you think is some of the solutions?
um, I think the solution is to, it might sound crazy, but when I think about how to reach the people who need to hear it most, I think about where they are, or like their daily lives. And I think the best place would be on the street. Like, you could just have somebody with a megaphone just start talking, and whoever hears it, they'll stop, or you can get somebody else to catch them. Like, just go out to where they are and start talking about it, and people will hear it. If it's consistent, then they'll learn about it. But it's only a lot of people aren't like, I, it's just hard to pin the demographic in one spot. But in their communities, literally on the street would be the best place, I think.
I
Yeah.
understand everything. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that my church actually goes out, like they do this thing. I think it's like once a month. They go out into different communities in the city, and like do it, like they'll go to the nursing homes, or they'll go to like we gotta they'll go like on the east side and like talk to people and reach out like that. But I feel like it was if it was more of talking about like that sounds crazy, but less talking about God and more about like
Mm.
what's
Okay.
actually like sorry God, like
Yeah. Leave that
uh
God shit out there. Let's talk about.
that's my dog. He already know what's up. But I'm saying like if it was more of them talking about what's going on in our community and solutions we could fix, and just trying to get to know the demographics and of the communities, and what the trends are and how we could help them. Like I don't know.
Right.
I'm a sociologist, so I'm always going to be thinking about like statistically and what we could do to help people,
Mm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like the idea that Simone dropped it was good, but like how would it be set up? Would like somebody just be out with a megaphone like, "Say, brother, you wanna know how you can fix your credit score? This is what you gotta do. First off, buy this bean pie. Second,
No, I feel like somebody would just, it would be one person standing with a megaphone talking, basically trying to bring people in, talk about how they can financially set their kids and themselves and how they can get a pension, retirement plan, basically intriguing them with all the benefits of being financially literate. And then so it'll have like other people around that'll have like the papers they need and the numbers they can call and the resources that are available. It would be one person doing the drawing in, somebody who could relate, but who knew what they were talking about, and then the surrounding people putting the work in, so before they left or lost interest.
okay, who making the potato salad?
Huh?
Who making the potato salad? Because that's important.
uh,
That's important.
Do people
that
eat potato salad though? We need to get some coleslaw.
Ugh.
food would
Coleslaw is
probably help.
bomb. Y'all are crazy.
What'd you say, Simone?
I said food would probably help with the
Yeah.
process, make it a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, so I feel like we should, in all, like I feel like we should utilize these. I feel like we should utilize, places that we respect. Also on the street, like the idea that Simone said was great. Which Janice said also utilizing the church, and I feel like also with local like rec centers,
Hmm.
Mhm.
local rec centers, people, places where young kids hang out at because you know since other black people's parents don't know, and also like for older people too, like they're they can go to like your local rec center and listen like and somebody will get up there and talk and teach these things and speak about these things because it that's something that people would like gravitate to like your local rec center or if it's like a community center like this should be they should be there. I'm sure it's there, but I feel like it should be more of and it should be pushed more as well.
Right. I
You know
agree.
what I'm saying? Um yeah, so yeah. So the next topic that I want to get into, and I think me and Janisha had a conversation about this, and we disagreed, of course. Uh, we talked about a couple issues that we had. We talked about issues within the inner city, and like if where like we talked about like what we were talking about before, like the culture in like the hood or whatever. Like I sounded mad white. I'm sorry. Um,
Yeah.
I'm trying to sound correct. Well, like the culture in the hood, or problems that we do have within our own communities. Jisha, what do you like? She had a whole thing, like basically get to like what you were saying. Like, what do you think there's a lot of the
You gonna have
problems
to
of it?
remind me, because I
Okay,
really.
okay. You said that I said my issues. I think some of the problems is within our inner cities is that a lot of people who make it out of inner city, like within different hoods across America, is that some people that are in different industries or are successful aren't really coming and giving back and showing and giving the knowledge that they've learned. A
Mm.
lot of them have the mentality of, well, I'm going, I want to get out the hood so bad. I've been trying to get out the hood all my goddamn life, and they get out the hood and they don't spread the knowledge that they once had, like they've gained from somewhere else, and spread it amongst people. Like, I'm not saying like that doesn't happen, but I feel like it doesn't happen a lot. And you said, and you detailed into more of like, well, it's the problems at home a little more. Like you said that, like you was basically trying to say that it's it's with the parents. Like it starts at home because a lot of kids that go out and they get in trouble or they get into gangs or they get into things because a lot of their parents aren't there and they're not trying to get their kids active in activities that will keep them on the right track.
Mm.
You,
Mm.
you remember?
Mm. I kind of remember somewhat. What's the exact question? If you ask me a question, I could answer it. But
Okay. The question was, what do you think is a lot of issues within our inner city? Like like what do you think the problems that need to be
what
addressed? Like
are the
that we solve.
problems? You were just saying, you were talking about how people who get out of the city or the hood, they don't come and give back.
Yeah.
Is
No,
is that the question, or is that the?
no. I literally just have to. Okay, I got to edit this out. I just asked you the question.
You said what's the problem?
I said what the problem is within we. Do we not have this conversation?
We did,
I'm
but it
sorry.
was
Do we not have this conversation?
it was set up
Huh?
differently. I
What was the
can't.
setup? What was the setup?
I don't remember. We were talking about a lot of stuff, but you said one of the issues was the fact that people don't come and give back to the community.
Yeah, to the ones
And
they came from.
what did I do? Did I say
You
people?
said it was more about the homes. You said that a lot of kids' parents aren't adamant in their lives and try to help them and show them the
That's
way.
true. That's true because it becomes a cycle. If their parents don't know, the parents not gonna teach the kids not gonna teach their kids, and it's just a cycle. Like me and my grandmother talked about it all the time. We still talk about it because she worked for the Department of Juvenile Justice for like 25, 30 years, and she saw a lot of stuff. So she always telling me about the kids that come in and how she see why the kids are they like they are because of the parents, and the parents come in and they have attitude just as bad as the children do. So it's like dang, that's where that comes from. And it's just about, it only takes, I think that's what I said, it only takes one person. It just takes one person to reach out to a child and try to give them some hope and try to give them some knowledge that they could actually use in life. It doesn't have to be somebody that's in their family or somebody that's close to them, which that's why I want to do the work that I want to do, because I actually want to help children. I want to help people. I want to help people in general, but children especially, because it is so important that they have good people in their lives during their development time, from like ages like two to like 8 or 9, because they need good people that are going to help them, to help shape them to be good people. And if you don't have nobody in your life, like everybody around you is like doing drugs, your mom, all she do is drink and smoke weed, and she cursed at you. You go to school, you cursing at the teacher because that's what your mom is doing to you. And that's the other thing I was saying, is that these kids, they go to school and they get in so much trouble in school, and it's like people are so quick to call black kids bad. And it's like, why do we do that? Why are you so quick to call them bad and you're not looking at what they could be going through at home? Nobody wants to reach out and be like, hey, what's going on with you at home? Like, are you okay? Do you have food? Are you able to like eat and do whatever? And I feel like people are always talking about how it takes a village to raise a child, but they really don't really mean it like that. They really not 100 with it, because they have kids that are in their child's class that are like homeless, that they go home and they don't have no food to eat. They go home and their mother is not home because she's working 3 4 jobs and she's never home. They barely see her. And people are just concerned with themselves, and I think that's just a trait we have as humans. Like, we concerned with what's affecting us directly. If it's not affecting us directly, then we won't necessarily reach out and try to change something. But like I said, it only takes one person to be a positive influence in a child's life and completely change the direction that that child is going. However, I do believe that when they get to a certain age, it is more difficult to try to reach them, and it might be too late, because there's a lot of children who go through a lot at a young age, and by the time they get to like 15 or 16, they don't want to hear nothing nobody else got to say, like, because they feel like they know the game, they know how their life went, and they've been through a lot already. So there's nothing that you could tell them that could make it better for them. Sorry, I
Mm.
just went on a long
No,
rant,
that's,
but
that's what this show is for. That's what this show
yeah,
is for.
yeah.
Uh, Simone, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think it's a bunch of different things, including the family and at-home relationships. But I think the biggest, it is such a long circle and so many lines to draw, but I think it all comes down to the state of our communities as far as opportunities for growth and what we see around us to do, and our career options, education options. It all stems back from that. It's just the family relationships and the school systems and the gun violence and the gun culture, and it's it all ties back to the opportunities in our community or lack thereof. And um, I think earlier you were talking about you think it's because we don't come back into our communities and build them up. Is that what you said?
Yeah, like, yeah. I'm gonna cut it off
Okay.
your thing, but go ahead. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I agree to a certain extent, but when I think about it, I'm like, what could they do? How,
Mm-hmm.
in what substantial ways
Mm-hmm.
could they provide for a community? Aside, financial literacy is
Yeah.
important, but when there's no job in a 20-mile radius of you, what good is that information? What good is knowing what a 401k is when you only work 30 hours a week and you don't
Right.
qualify for a 401k? You can't get the 40 hours. You only work part-time. Like, it's just
Mm.
all those dynamics that it all comes back to the lack of opportunity. And I think that's why black-owned businesses are important, because they're a good way of bringing those
Mm-hmm.
opportunities into those communities. I think we should start evaluating those first before anything else.
Right.
But I think it's a lot of things. I think there are a lot of components to the solutions, but um, that's the biggest thing to me, the opportunities.
Mm.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Opportunities. The reason why I said go back, persons in our community is because the city that I grew up in, but it's not the city I grew up in, based on where I'm from, is I'm from Buffalo, New York. So basically, it's like the upstate part. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically like a rich part and it's a poor as fuck part. And what I've noticed is that, like, we have, like, it's so many people that I personally know that are well off, that are um that have the knowledge, that have um that they're well into their careers. You know what I'm saying? And reason why I say I feel so strongly about it is because I know these people. These guys are complete and total dickheads. Like I genuinely know these people. Like they don't, they will literally they act like they're black elitists. They just say like, oh, like I will never go down that street. Those black kids don't know how to act, or like the same. Like I know a motherfucker right now. Excuse me for cursing, but hey, I know a guy right now. He literally grew up on a block away from my fucking street, and every single time, like when you hear him talk, he sounds like such an elitist. Like, oh yeah, I don't go past that neighborhood. I don't drive past that neighborhood. Like one time I drove past my that neighborhood in one of my cars, and I just I couldn't even talk. I couldn't. I was scared. Like somebody's probably gonna come out and rob me or something like that. And like he grew up on this block. Like it was like a little kid that got killed on the same on the street over literally a couple streets down. And like this guy was just like, oh, when you live a life like that, then it just happens. Like what?
I mean,
like no, I get so mad because this guy, but he literally does nothing. Like, he literally does nothing. Like people have reached out to him to come at, like I was saying before, come to speak at rec centers, come to speak at it seems like he's from, like how do you literally say fuck this place where I'm from because of negativity, but don't even in a way try to make the community better. Like that's why I feel so strongly about it.
I feel like this though, like it's a line and it's a struggle that we face being black, because why did that have to be our responsibility? Why does he have to take that initiative to do that? Do white people do that to people in their communities? Do they say you made it out the trailer park? Did they tell Eminem he made it out the trailer park, so now he got to go back and give back to them?
Okay.
They
first
don't
off,
do that.
why you got leave Eminem alone?
Listen, I heard trailer park and I just went.
But I'm saying, but I'm just saying, like, okay.
But I'm saying though, it's a struggle. Like it's literally a struggle, because it's like, yeah, I want to do for my people and I want to do this, but it's like at the same time you're trying to maintain yourself in this fucking white supremacist society, and you also got to deal with like this trauma from like your community and what's going on in your community, and then it's just a lot. And like it's basically like, what is it, like the double consciousness of the black person? It's kind of relating to that, but kind of not relating to that, because I just feel like it's a struggle. Like some people really want to go and give back to their communities, and those are people who are going to be blessed because God is like, I'm really fucking with you because you're doing this for the community. And then there's people that's like, I don't ever want to go back there for their own reason, or it could be traumatic for them to go back there. It could be like, people don't ever think about that. That could be a traumatic experience for them to go back to their neighborhood where they were raised, for them to be reminded of what they went through. And so that might be a reason why they don't do that.
Okay, cool. But as someone that made our community, you could think of it like that, or you could think of like, damn, like I could help a young guy coming up to, I could change his life and make him like I made great choices with my life and I did great things. I can go help him. I can save a life. And it's like, but it's like you grew up like this. These are your people. You grew up on that block. You live down the street from the fucking corner store. Like, these people. Like, I understand that, like, some people don't like to go back to the hood because it's a bunch of negativity, it's violence, and it's everything. Like, I totally understand. Trust me, I understand it. I get that. But in a way, like, you have that knowledge that, like, other people may not have. Like, they don't have access to. Like, some people want to do the same thing as you. And they don't believe that they can do it. That's why, okay, I'm probably going to piss people off with this. That's why a lot of people feel like all they can really do, they want to make in the world, is what? Rap and become a basketball player. Like that's real shit. Like we make fun of dudes. We make fun of young dudes who really want to, like, all these rappers out here that want to rap. A lot of them really see that's the only opportunity.
That sucks. That sucks.
That sucks. So, so like a lot of them don't believe that they can go be doctors. A lot of them don't believe that they can go be lawyers. They don't. A lot of them don't believe that they can go out and do great things because they don't personally see it. Like my cousin wants to rap. He sucks. Stop rapping. Like he's
I
a
think
terrible rapper. Like he sucks. Like I understand him. I feel him. I understand. I totally get it. And it's like once I'm on in position, like I'm gonna put him in position. But he sucks. Like he wants to be a rapper because that's the only way he feels like he can be successful. And that's not the way. Like that's why I feel so strongly about that topic. Like it is what it is.
But I also think that some people you can believe in people. You can, like, you can want people to do better. But at the same time, like, you can't make them want it for themselves. Like, that's not to say that, okay, yeah, you should believe you can be a rapper or a ball player or whatever. But it's just some situations are like that. Some people have people in their lives who are really, pushing them to do something great and encouraging them, but they still make choices that they want to make.
You're right. You are
And
totally
that's
right.
the thing about us being black. Like I said, we cannot be individuals. We always have to be a group. We always have to think about how we represent the entire group of African Americans or whatever, black people, the whole freaking thing. Like, we don't have that individuality. We can't do that like white people can do. White people can go out and live and just be a white person and just be one white man and one white woman and not have to think about what their entire white race of people is doing. Like, so crazy.
I feel like I noticed this trend when black people seek higher education. Um, one of two things happen: either they get woke or they adopt white people's thinking in one way or another. Like that, I've never seen any in between. It's either one or the other. So I feel like maybe your friend, um, he just he just got, I don't want to say brainwashed, but he just started adopting the way they think. He started looking from their perspective, and it's common for them to start thinking that um, we bring this on ourselves, or that that he's not in touch with the community anymore, that he can't do anything, or it's out of his power, or that it's just a completely different world. Even though he's closer than he thinks he is, he's seeing it from the perspective of the people that he rubbed shoulders with for however long, and he's looking in from that angle, even though he's closer than he thinks he is. It's either one of those two things, but it sounds like that's what happened to him.
He's a cornball brother. I just want to say that. He turned into a cornball. Show the meme with the corn in the ball. He's a cornball brother. And, and like I get, and some people, and some people, I know this happens a lot. Like some people feel like, well, as a black man, it's hard for me to have the position that I'm in. So I don't want to be like, I wish you want to be the only black guy because they're not gonna let two of us in there. So that's when
Right.
the crab in the bucket mentality happens. That's when the whole, why don't you help him get a job or get an internship? Nah, he might take my spot. I gotta be the one black guy. I gotta be the one black guy in the movie that be like, damn, that shit is whack. Like I gotta be the one guy in this company, black guy in this company, because they're not gonna let a lot of us in there. And I, it's sad that a lot of it that plays a part too.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm,
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 mm.
what?
Nothing.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I really don't have anything to say.
Why do you say like you want to say something?
Because I wanted to.
Damn. But yeah, like I mean, I don't want to seem like I'm a I'm critical. Like he's just the only person. It just hurts me. It just makes me feel like what Timon was saying. Like you made a perfect point about opportunity. Like it's not there. It's lacking, and it's just not there for those people. That's why people turn to the streets. But when I just see somebody who has made it and somebody who has established themselves and has done great for themselves outside of just being outside of just being a rapper or a basketball player or someone that's doing something great. Like not to say that those aren't great, great professions, but
Mm.
someone that's outside doing more, and they just these you grew up here. You kind of
Yeah.
like you kind of want to shed light, and also you're right too. You can't make people want to do something. Like
Hmm.
Yeah.
you can't make them. You can't force feed them. What's the name? You know what I'm saying? So.
And I'm not saying that that the people who make it don't have any responsibility toward the community that they come from or just the black community in general. But as far as making opportunities appear, there's only like a margin of things that they could do. Not to say that they shouldn't be doing them or they shouldn't be trying to pursue them, but it's
Hmm.
not a wide range of things. And the number one thing would be businesses and investing, but that's it's hard to do on an individual scale and make a difference. I think it has to be something that is a consensus on a national scale or on a statewide scale.
Hmm.
But we do have responsibilities.
Facts. Word. I'm sure. I'm not even gonna ask Shanisha if she wants to add anything. But
Why?
do you want to add anything?
Nah, I'm good.
Fucking go, man. All right. I thought it was gonna be longer than it was, but So, Jason, do you want to talk about the Black Girls Rock thing?
No, not really.
Okay, that was a yeah. Simone, I don't know if I asked you. Is there any topics that you personally want to talk about?
No, I was looking to you for the direction on what you want. And
No,
so,
I just asked because I want to like leave anything, left anything out.
no.
The next question I had was what about the HBCU PWI thing? Because I thought you went to HBCU.
No.
And Janisha went to a predominantly white school, and she thinks that was
Yes, Florida State University. What
okay.
was what was the question?
No,
That's
I
right.
was gonna say like why why certain people at HBCUs look down on certain people that go to PWIs. That's what I was gonna say.
Mm, mm, mm.
Mm. But I think
Um, why? Why do people do that?
yeah. I mean, like, why is such a thing? Like,
I
why
think
is it
it's a
such a
thing because of the history of HBCUs and like people are always saying people fought to have HBCUs and now you want to go to school with white people. Like people also fought for integration, which is why we go to school with white people. So it's like if you want to go there, we can go that way. So and then some people think that if you don't want to go to HBCU and be surrounded by your people and be taught by your people and just be with your people 24/7, that you are like a sellout or you you want to be white, blah blah blah. Like me, I got a lot of backlash from people in my family for not going to FAMU and going to FSU, and they were just like one of my uncles was like, "Oh, you must want to date a white boy. Like you gonna go to FSU, you ain't gonna find no black dude." Like that was so fucking dumb. That was the dumbest. Now that I think about it, that was really really dumb. Like no black people that all go to FSU. That's fucking dumb. And then my aunt, she was just like, oh, I went to FSU for a semester and I hated it. Like, bitch, you went in what, 1970? Like, of course you
Yeah,
hated
you
it.
got
We had just got in the dope. Like, I know you didn't like it. And so, but I don't know. I didn't really care. Like, I loved FSU. I still love it. I wish I would have went to grad school there, but um, I still might get my PhD there. I like
your mic went off.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, because I had accidentally wait. Oh yeah. Yeah, I love it. Like there's some crazy white people, but it's crazy white people everywhere. And I just thought that FAMU it just wasn't for me. And like I said, like I told you the other day, like I just think that if you don't go to a HBCU, then you shouldn't speak about it. If you don't go to a PWI, you shouldn't speak about it. Like don't talk negative about one that you've never been to. Like I would not talk negative about FAMU. The only thing that I would say about them is that they don't get their financial aid on time. And I will only say that because I've had people that go there tell me that. I've had people wait like way in November, just now got their refund, and they had to live like 3 months broke. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing I'll say. Other than that, I won't say how their education is. I won't say, oh, your education is better than mine. Your education is worse than mine. I won't say how their classes are set up because I did not go there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not that person. I'm not going to talk about something I don't know nothing about. And I feel like they shouldn't talk about PWIs because they don't know our struggle being at a PWI. Like, we might have had the opportunity to get more money at a PWI. Like, that's why when I was getting more money there, I was able to get more scholarship opportunities there. And so I don't think people ever look at it that way. They just automatically assume you want to be surrounded by white people. But it does get tiring. It gets frustrating going into class and, oh, I could count how many black people's in here today. It's 5 black people in this class. I'm gonna have 6 in my next class. You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
Mm. Yeah.
I think I didn't go to an HBCU, but I wish I would have. At the time I was applying, I really didn't know like much about them, but I would definitely encourage my children to go because I feel like the experience. I've seen enough people graduate from HBCUs and go to great graduate schools to know that they're good schools. That's not the problem. The quality of the school is not the problem, but um, I think that the experience they give you is something that can't be replicated. Like it's just something that's so distinct to HBCUs, and I feel like that experience is valuable. Like I feel like the being surrounded by white people, and you get that in corporate America, whether you graduate from an HBCU or PWI. Like that's just something you're gonna experience. It's not anything that you need to be prepared for or something, or you need experience to know how to operate in that situation. So I feel like HBCUs, the experience is worth it, and the schools are good enough. They're more than good enough, and I think I'm not sure why people denounce their degrees or why they think they aren't worth the credit. Or it's always a debate on Twitter. They'll say HBCU degrees don't hold weight or they don't mean anything. They don't hold weight because people don't go to them. Like that's the only way they would not hold weight is if they don't get enough enrollment or if the stats are low. But some of the best HBCUs, like they compare to PWI, some PWI. So I'm not really sure.
I,
The most valid reason would be money because they are expensive, but that's the most valid reason to me.
I personally, you know what? It's funny because the way I grew up, um, my dad passed away when I was in like 10th grade, and one of the only things that he really told me, he kind of was just like, man, I'll be like really proud if you graduated college, and that was just it. Like I never saw it as a thing. I never saw it as a I was just, it was just school. I just wanted to go to school. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to go to make my parents proud. So I think, and I'm not just making proud for it to make me proud because I personally want to have that accomplishment. So I, when I hear these backs and forths, I just think, at first I just want to credit any, any person, any black person out there that's trying to do better themselves and reach a higher education. Like I credit them just off top, just that, you know what I'm saying? I do hear the backs and forths, and I am going to bring this topic up again in my later podcast because I really want to get people's like, what I'm saying, opinion on certain things. Because some people, like I hear what Simone talked about, like saying that, like, her way. Because I remember when I was young, when I was in high school, I wanted to go to Howard. Like I really wanted to be at HU. Things didn't work out. And people were telling me that, like, oh yeah, don't even worry about that. Like just go to a white school. Just go to somewhere. Why don't you just go to Georgetown? Or why don't you just go to this school? This school, like kind of like pumping it up and making it like this is better than this. Like why on earth would you want to go to HBCU? And I'm just like, man, like what are you talking about? Like there's great HBCUs that their degrees hold weight, and they're great institutions that do that do great things. People, I think I heard a couple people talk about how like they wish more people that of course they talk about the celebrity thing, like more people that are with money that can help HBCUs out and invest in them. Because if you really look at it, like how like Harvard is business school was set up, like all the alumni go back and invest and invest in the school and like help make it better. And like I don't really see how. I wish that would happen with more HBCUs personally. But when I hear stuff like that, like I just I know the whole wait, like this is ridiculous. Like what are you talking about? Like even here in Houston, like I got accepted in the Texas Southern. Texas Southern is a big HBCU out here, and right across the street is a PWI called University of Houston. So, like I'm soon to go there. I haven't really experienced like really there yet, and I'm gonna do a show about that as well. But people say the same thing. Like people, I've seen a lot of the black students at University of Houston complain about being at University of Houston. It was also a thing like one of their executives at University of Houston had made a comment about All Lives Matter, and she kind of really got ripped into shreds, and I think she ended up losing her job. I don't really know like the whole story on that, so I think to me like I would think the ridicule shouldn't be either. Like I would just be happy for a black person just going to school, higher education. But the idea of slandering HBCUs, that's corny, that's dumb. I don't personally get it. Like you're not better because you go to
Why
another.
you like? But I feel like you think that it only goes one way. Like people slander black people because
Yeah,
why it's
like I
good.
said, if you would let me finish,
All
I was
right.
getting into that. I also don't think that the slander of black people going to PWIs is stupid. It's stupid too. I think the whole goal is like we're all trying to better ourselves. We're all trying to better ourselves. So I don't get why it needs to be slanderish on either way. It's stupid.
Right.
Yeah. So I was gonna at you. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, cause I thought you was trying to go the
No.
other way.
If you would let me finish, I was going. I got you, fam. I got you. We need to stop bashing people that trying to do better for themselves. Like Janisha, you need to stop slandering CNAs. Like you really need to. I need you to stop doing that.
I don't do that. Okay. I don't do it. I'm classy. I don't do that.
Okay, but I'm gonna just go ahead and close out. So
Oh
I'm gonna just
wow,
do it
really?
like that.
That's it?
What do you mean that's it?
That's it? Okay.
It's an hour. It's an hour of content.
All right, nigga, go ahead.
Simone, anything you want to add or anything? Because I'll edit it to make it sound good.
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right, I want to wrap this great episode of Artificial Ignorance up. I'd like to thank Simone for doing the show. I know it was a couple, it was a little bit of scheduling problems at first, but I'm really glad I had you on the show. Like, I really respect a lot of your points and views. That's why I like randomly, even though it was random how we end up following each other, but I
Yeah.
really
Oh, thank
respect.
you so much.
Yeah, I think you're a great person on the show. I would like to eventually bring you back and talk about, different topics and things like that.
Yeah.
Also, shout out your mixtape or whatever.
Uh,
I just want to
me?
shout out your Twitter name or anything.
I was supposed to shout something out?
I mean, your Twitter name. I thought you people just did.
Oh, okay, yeah. Follow me at Simone101XO
Mm,
on Twitter. I tweet a lot.
I thought you were mean at first. I thought a lot of people are mean.
Really? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I thought you just got that vibe. Like you would just curse a motherfucker out in a minute.
That's still true, but I'm not mean.
Yeah. And thanks to the fat hippie, aka trash hippie, aka cheese on honey buns for some reason, aka fake bouginess.
Fuck you, first and foremost. And thank you for having me on the show again. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, you want to shout out? I know you
Follow
don't need
me. What? Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't need no more
Yes,
followers.
I do.
No, you
Follow
don't.
me on Twitter at @thefathippie_, and look out for my book coming out in 2017, maybe 2018, whenever I get my life together. The dashiki line is still coming out to support Black-owned businesses, and yeah,
All
that's
right,
it.
you need to come down on them prices with the dashikis because I can $74.99 is just too much
Do
for
you
me.
know how much material costs?
I don't. I understand that, but I ain't got it. Like I would like to. Also, I would shout out. Oh, do another shout out for Janisha. If you're a nice young white man and you're looking for love, Janisha,
Oh, you mother!
Janisha is out here
I
ready
hate
to
you.
ready to make you convert. Go get you some mashed potatoes and collard greens and change your whole thing. She gonna
No,
bring a.
no, don't
I'm
listen
telling
to him. But if you a fat, light-skinned dude with good hair, we could
you
work
gonna get
something out.
you trying to get cheated on. She trying to get your heart broken. I don't know what you out here trying to do.
Oh yeah, they're awful, but it is what it is.
But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this great episode of Office sharing this up. Sponsor me and give me some money. Yeah, like Black owned business want to sponsor a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm out here, I'm trying to get my numbers up. I'm doing my thug thizzle out here. Um, yeah, so make sure you support your boy. Also, another thing, please, if you guys could do it too, if you would go on iTunes, the iTunes podcast app, and write me a review on there, and you rate the show, I get ranked that way. So that could help me. That can help the show. That can help the whole shebang. That can help you trying to build the brand. I got you trying to build brands and stuff like that. So make sure y'all go do that because that's gonna help me out. Let me know what you think about the show. Everything. Also, hit me up on Facebook. I got Facebook Officer Ignorance Facebook page. Yeah. So shout out to all the people that be slandering their friends on Facebook and that talk shit about people. All the people that work at call centers that think they're better than everybody else. Make sure you go leave a comment on my Facebook page and just let me know everything about the show. As always, man. I don't got no catchphrase, so see you next week. We out. Peace.